Good evening. This is the Board of Education meeting being held today, Tuesday, July 23rd, 2024, and I'm calling this meeting to order at 5:32. If you could please call the roll, Sultana.
Mrs. Arvanites? Mrs. Asif?
Here.
Mrs. Caforio? Mr. Collins?
I'm here.
Dr. Henry?
Here.
Mrs. Hostler?
Here.
Mrs. Troutman?
Okay, we have 4 board members present, 3 board members absent, and can I have a motion to go into closed session?
Okay. I move that the Board of Education go into closed session at 5:33 for the following: the appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of specific employees of the public body or legal counsel for the public body, including hearing testimony on a complaint lodged against an employee of the public body or against legal counsel for the public body to determine its validity, and the placement of individual students in special education programs and other matters relating to individual students, and discussion of minutes of meetings lawfully closed under the Open Meetings Act, whether for purposes of approval by the body of the minutes or semi-annual review of the minutes as mandated by Section 2.06.
Second.
Okay, motion by Dr. Henry, second by Kelly Asaf. Can you please call the vote?
Dr. Henry?
Yes.
Mrs. Asif?
Yes.
Mrs. Caforio?
Yes.
Mrs. Hostler?
Yes.
Mr. Collins?
Yes.
Okay, 5 ayes, 0 nays, 2 absent. Motion passes. The board will move into closed session. I will be filling in tonight. Welcome to the regularly scheduled Board of Education meeting. It's Tuesday, July 23rd, 2024. The board has been in closed session for items listed on the agenda since 5:30 p.m. It's 7 o'clock now. We'll start the meeting. We have 5 board members present, 2 absent. I am sitting in for President Arbanaitis because she could not be here tonight. At this time, I'll ask that we all stand for the pledge. To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Okay, I don't think we have, our first item is public comments. I don't think we have any public comments unless there's somebody here. Okay, all right, we will move on to approval of board meeting minutes. The approval of the regular and special board meeting minutes from June 10th, 2024 and June 18th, 2024. Are there any changes to those? Okay, hearing none, those will stand as presented. And then the approval of closed session minutes, May 14th, 2024, May 22nd, 2024, May 28th, 2024, and June 10th, 2024 will stand as presented. And we will move into our reports and presentations portion of the meeting. And our first presentation is an overview of our summer programming for the summer 2024.
All right.
Dr. Baker?
Well, good evening, everyone. For those who don't know me, I am Dr. Patrick Baker, and I have the privilege of being the Director of Arts, PE, and Health for Elmhurst District 205. I'm excited to provide a brief and timely recap of our 2024 summer programming. While several athletic camps are still running, most of our summer programs have just concluded within the last few weeks. I would like to start by thanking all 205 of our summer program teachers and staff, whose dedication and expertise is the heartbeat of our summer programs. I would also like to thank all of our program leaders, our early childhood leader, Dr. Susan Kondrat, our K-5 leaders, Maureen Schroeder, Dr. Colleen Cook, Sarah Cannon, and Desiree Martinez, our 612 leaders, Dr. Skip Coombe, Mike DeNovo, John Immel, Joe Giacaris, and Diane Oliveros, as well as Rob Wagner, who led our athletic programs, and I had the pleasure of leading our summer fine arts programs. Over the course of the last few years, District 205 has continued to develop and offer a robust slate of academic, athletic, and arts learning opportunities where students are supported in their academic and social emotional needs through a variety of programs and supports, and where they can build meaningful relationships with staff and peers. Each program on this list has a specific target audience and purpose, and while I won't take the time this evening to review every program, I would want to take a moment to call out 2 examples. Acceleration is for recommended kindergarten through 8th grade students to support them in continuing to build essential skills and content knowledge in core academic subjects. And as part of the York Summer School program, we offered a Survey of Healthcare Careers course. This course was made possible by a partnership with the organization Kids Matter, and it allowed students to explore various allied health professions through a combination of in-class learning and field experiences, while also earning credit at the College of DuPage. This summer, we continued our non-fee-based programming, including ESY, Acceleration, and Oracy. I would like to specifically highlight again our Acceleration program. Targeted recruitment of students for this program was based on triangulating MAP, IAR, and other school-level academic indicators. Those who chose to participate did so free of charge, thanks in part to the use of remaining ESSER funds. Additionally, because of school-level personalized outreach throughout the invitation process, we served 433 students in Acceleration this year, which is up, way up, from 268 last summer. Based on overwhelmingly positive feedback, we also continued offering exploratory programs like Creative Design and Build and Project Lead the Way, as well as various athletic and arts programs. And these opportunities were fee-based as we continue to monitor the long-term financial sustainability of our summer programs while still offering a wide variety of enrichment opportunities. While individual program enrollment fluctuates from year to year, I'm personally excited that overall enrollment continues to grow. This year, there were 3,899 enrollments, which is an increase of more than 100 from last summer. This suggests that summer programming in D205 is not only robust, but it's providing the right offerings to meet the needs and interests of our students. Which leads me to our exit survey data. As you can see from these examples, the overwhelming majority of staff, students, and families rated their overall experience as positive, which is very encouraging and continues to be our baseline for future years. Additionally, this year, students earned 413 credits in the York Academic Summer School and Credit Recovery programs, giving them scheduling flexibility during the school year and helping them graduate on time. I would like to give a shout out to our amazing comms team, many of whom are here tonight, and to all of our program leaders for providing the photos you see on this slide and throughout our presentation. As you can see, there is a place for all students in our summer programs. And there are countless memories created each summer, but I wanted to showcase a couple things. I wanted to showcase a student who's confidently playing his ukulele, belting out a song during the Summer Fine Arts program, as well as students from our Healthcare Careers Survey course visiting one of their sites was, in this case, the Elmhurst Fire Department, where they were exposed to and learned more about the imperative role that paramedics play in the health of our community. As we begin this school year, preparation for next summer has already begun. In order to continue to evaluate the impact of our academic summer programs like Acceleration, we will again be utilizing ECRA to monitor actual student growth compared to expected student growth. As I did last year, I will report on the impact of our targeted summer programming at my presentation in January. This will allow us to ensure that these summer programs are having the largest impact possible, and it will provide us the opportunity to make changes as needed. Similarly, we'll examine our course fees to ensure that our slate of summer program offerings is financially sustainable. In addition, we will continue to develop language pathways for our dual language students and build off the success of our Healthcare Careers Survey course to identify opportunities for secondary students to explore learning and career pathways. I look forward to sharing information about summer programming for 2025 in January, and families who are tuning in, please be on the lookout for communication about next summer beginning in February. Thank you very much, and I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have at this time.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Does anybody have any questions or comments? Well, I know that the scheduling and organization of this programming is a ton of work, so I wanted to say thank you to everyone who's involved with this, and our students are so fortunate to be able to have all of these options every summer. Career exploration, fitting more electives into their schedule, where it's just sometimes hard to do during the school year,
Indeed.
and then getting support as well. So thank you to everyone on your team who worked so hard to offer those to our students.
Thank you so very much. It's a pleasure.
Thank you. Okay, our next presentation is about the new District 205 website. It's also very exciting.
Thank you. Garrett's going to join me up here because he's going to help me navigate the website, and then I'm going to help him navigate while he presents. So we're kind of tag teaming this presentation for you tonight.
Great.
So I got this one. As we kick off the 24-25 school year, we are diving right into our district-wide priority objective of providing clear, accessible, and consistent communication to the entire community through the use of a wide variety of tools. As you know, we've made a conscious effort to truly elevate all of our communications tools, first resulting in the launch of Parent Square, and now today, I'm excited to bring you the new D205 website. Upon completion of the RFP process and your approval to move forward with Aptogee as the new website provider for the district, our team launched a thorough review and inventory of the content on the current website with each department and building. Additionally, we thoroughly analyzed what our most frequently used pages were by looking at the website analytics, seeking feedback from our building leaders and the RFP committee. We researched what other districts and websites offered, and we also asked for feedback through surveys and leadership team meetings. As we began building out the website, it was important to our team to ensure that we were relying on solid data and feedback so that the final product would better meet the needs of all of our users. With all of this information in hand, we began the process of building out our new websites. And I say websites because technically there's 16 of them. So if you want to click on it. We know that the website's one of the most important communications tools that we have, and the representation of our students and staff should be a top priority. Visiting every school and getting content custom to each of them, Garrett created these custom videos that you see on every school's homepage. That is, again, 15 custom videos for every school. Additionally, knowing that many of our families are with us from EC through graduation, it was also important to us that our pages were consistent, and if you knew where to find something at one school site, you would know where to find it on another one. To ensure that this was the case, we used the data that we collected, customized the buttons below the videos on each page to be consistent, while also allowing for a couple of them to be custom because we know that the schools have each individual needs. All of our school homepages are also equipped with the attendance line phone number, the school supply list, and a link to apply for a job with D205, which you see here to the right of the video. Each school also has a newly updated Parent Quick Links page comprised of all of the things that parents would need to frequently use as one of their homepage buttons. A couple of the key new features that we would like to point out include the addition of a full athletics website, which Garrett will touch on here and a little bit further, and also a new transition center website that previously was a menu link underneath the York website. They now have their own page. And again, keeping with the consistency across all of the sites, you will notice that when you go to the grade band pages at the school websites, you'll find photos and information about the teachers, as well as a button to take you to the curriculum information to learn more, which is housed on the learning and teaching pages of the district portion of the website, ensuring consistency of curriculum information across all schools. Now I'll turn it over to Garrett, who will talk a little bit about the athletics pages.
This initiative has been months in the making, and I'm happy to highlight several features that we believe will greatly benefit our community. First and foremost, we have established a separate domain dedicated solely to York Athletics. This decision was made to provide our athletics program with a unique platform to share updates, achievements, and news without competing for space on the main York site. By doing so, we ensured that our athletic content is not only prominent, but also continuously updated, offering a dynamic and engaging experience for our users. With their own domain, York Athletics now enjoys their exclusive news feed. This allows our athletic department to post timely updates and announcements and stories as they happen. Importantly, this streamlines communication by preventing the York main feed from becoming cluttered, yet still enables us to share significant athletic updates to the broader York audience when appropriate. Our new website also serves as a comprehensive hub for our community and college coaches. It consolidates all pertinent information in one easily accessible location. To show you an example, let's take a look at the York Girls Cross Country page. Their head coach, Lauren DeAngelis, has done a great job building out her page with some really good information. Finally, this website is a powerful tool for enhancing the York Athletics brand. It showcases the remarkable talent and dedication of our student athletes. As part of this website redesign, we have also created unique branded logos for every sport, each featuring the sport's name under the Duke logo. We are excited that this is now included in our branding package for all sports here at York. Thank you.
The website went live with a soft launch on July 1st, And with the start of the new year, we will be sending out a message to all of our families to celebrate and share the new website. And within that message, we will also be including a survey to ask them to fill out if they have any feedback and would like to give us any thoughts on the website. We will also post a link to that survey on the homepage of the website. And we also have a QR code to that survey that will be going out in the next few weeks in the next edition of the Community Connections newsletter. So now I'd like to awkwardly ask Tim to please stand up. Tim is the newest member of the communications team. And I just want to give a huge thanks to both Garrett and Tim and our summer intern, Hannah Brody. The three of them worked so hard with all of the department heads and the schools to ensure that all of the content was brought over, all the content was correct. We worked hard to remove Google Sites from the website to make sure that we were able to update everything. And if it wasn't for their hard work and dedication and endurance to get this done, it wouldn't have happened. So I just want to give a big thank you to both of them and say thank you. And do you have any questions?
I mean, everything looks amazing. And I know you just said, I was going to ask if you're going to introduce this somehow to the families, which you just said you are. But in that introduction, are you going to do like a small walkthrough of kind of like I know it won't be live like this, but because I think like just seeing like the different features and all the different cool things you just showed us would be nice for people to just know that some of the things are new and just how consistent it is.
Yes, we know the power of video, and I think there could be a video involved in that
Okay,
message.
good. Good. No, because it's so impressive that I like
Thank
everybody needs
you.
to see it. It's great.
Anyone else? Yeah.
I was just
Dr.
going
Henry?
to, just a comment and a quick question. I'm just completely in awe. I think this is awesome and so needed for our school district, and I'm amazed at how much you've already accomplished. So, and then my question was, at each school, is there then like a person that's in charge? Like, is there a site leader at each school for the website?
Such a great question. So yes, we actually, when we were working on the launch and before we started training, we reached out to all of the schools and all of the departments and requested a main point of contact and a backup point of contact. And then Garrett and Tim worked with the Apt2G training team and held trainings for all of them, as well as trainings for PTAs and parent groups at our alumni association, to ensure that everybody had training and felt comfortable getting in there. The biggest thing for us was ensuring that the back end of the website was user-friendly. Previously, that was a lot of the feedback that we had received, was that it wasn't all that user-friendly. And this is, I mean, if you can send an email, you can make an edit to the webpage.
Thank you.
Katie, Katie has feelings about that, sorry.
Beth, if I may just add, the communications department is so humble in their just comments about the work. This has been a monumental undertaking, and the level of engagement, many know, Tanya has just been with us just a short 3 years, not even quite. And since the beginning of her coming here and stepping into the role of communication, she received solicited and unsolicited feedback about the opportunities that our District 205 website have, from community members to parents to even staff members, as well as district office employees. And so this work in terms of engagement and surveying and making sure that the actual product represented the feedback that she's received over the last 2 years. And then for her team, as she mentioned, both Garrett as well as him, in this short amount of time to really come together and synthesize and also clean up and go through the existing website is just amazing. I also would like to just underscore the fact that we've also adopted a mass communication system during this time. We've also done rebranding for district and every school campus during this time while working on having a product. So I just wanted to take a moment for us to give the communications department a round of applause for their efforts for our district. So thank you.
Anything else, Kira?
Just kind of to build on that, I think, we can sit here and talk about a lot of great things that are going on in the district, but this is what really people see, whether they have kids in school or they don't have kids in school, and people outside of our community, and they see what amazing things are going on. And so it just elevates all the work that is happening in classrooms and, fields and gyms and everything. So thank you, because that was something I personally really wanted to see just get better, so improve. So thanks for all the work. So and all the amazing photos and videos, because I see you at a lot of things. And you are everywhere. Like, you pop up everywhere taking pictures, and I just think, you do it quietly, but that's what creates a great product here, is that you're there to get the moment for our families. So thanks.
Anything else? Yeah, another enormous undertaking, and thank you so much. I'm super excited about just playing around, and I saw the calendar page was so easy to navigate and great, and I'm just really excited to how user-friendly it is. So thank you to all of you for all the hard work. Okay, we'll move on in the agenda to our consent agenda. Are there any items that anyone would like to pull from the consent agenda? And if not, then can I have a motion for the consent agenda, please?
I move that the Board of Education approve the following consent agenda items. Item A, personnel report. Item B, financial reports. Item C, FOIA, Freedom of Information Act report. Item D, approval of supplemental staffing contract. Item E, second read, Section 2, Board of Education Policy Review 2:40, 2:60, 2:140, 2:260, 2:265, 2:270. Item F, second read, Section 4, Operational Services Policy Review 4:20, 4:30, 4:165. Item G, second read, Section 5, Personnel Policy Review 5:10, 5:20, 5:100, 5:120, 5:300. Item H, second read, Section 6, Instruction Policy Review 6:60, 6:270. Item I, second read, Section 7, Students Policy Review 7:10, 7:20, 7:180, and 7:185.
I'll second.
Okay, motion by Kara Caforio, second by Kelly Assef. Can you please call the vote?
Mrs. Caforio,
Yes.
Mrs. Assef,
Yes.
Dr. Henry,
Yes.
Mr. Collins,
Yes.
Mrs. Hostler,
Yes. 5 ayes, 0 nays, motion passes. 2 absent, sorry, the motion passes. Okay, we will move on to our agenda action items. The first one is about our athletic trainer contract amendment.
Yes, we have an amendment to the contract with Rush Physical Therapy for athletic training services. This amendment is anticipation of a Fair Labor Standards Act change that is proposed for January 2025. And in order to be compliant with this anticipated Fair Labor Standards Act change, we would need to increase the rate of pay for the athletic trainers, and we have a great relationship with Rush Physical Therapy. They have been providing high-quality athletic training services, helping to prevent injuries for our York athletes, and we recommend approval of this amendment to their contract.
Okay, can I have a motion?
I move that the Board of Education adopt the amendment to the athletic trainer contract.
I'll second.
Okay, motion by Dr. Henry, seconded by Jim Collins. Are there any comments or questions from the board? No? Okay, can you call the vote?
Dr. Henry,
Yes.
Mr. Collins,
Yes.
Mrs. Assif,
Yes.
Mrs. Caforio,
Yes.
Mrs. Hostler.
Yes. Okay, 5 ayes, 0 nays, 2 absent. The motion passes. We'll move on to our item B, which is to approve the resolution regarding student residency. Can I get a motion?
I move that the Board of Education adopt the resolution to disenroll non-residency student A.
I'll second.
Okay, motion by Kara Caforio, second by Jim Collins. Can you please call the vote?
Mrs. Caforio,
Yes.
Mr. Collins,
Yes.
Mrs. Hostler,
Yes.
Mrs. Assif,
Yes.
Dr. Henry.
Yes.
Okay, 5 ayes, 0 nays, 2 absent. Motion passes. Okay, we will now move on to our superintendent's communication.
The D205 administration is excited to share some updates with our Board of Education as well as community, that during the summer months, as we've also heard from Dr. Baker, we have been engaged in robust summer programming. But in addition to summer programming, we are always thinking about how we can be prepared, best prepared to meet the needs of our students upon the start of a new school year for the 24-25. So I first asked my colleagues from the Learning and Teaching Department, Ms. Lyons, to share a brief update around the work that has been happening this summer in preparation for the start of the school year.
Sure. So just as a brief update and highlight, throughout June and July, the Learning and Teaching team has facilitated over 40 sessions focused on deepening knowledge of standards-aligned curriculum and instructional practices. Tonight, I'd like to highlight one particular summer learning session. In early June, school and district leaders came together to deepen learning on emergent bilingual program integrity, instructional practices, and environmental look-fors. Leadership teams then applied this learning to their school-specific contexts and embedded this learning in development of their school improvement goals for the upcoming school year. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Lyons. In addition to that wonderful learning that has been taking place, as you all also are aware, we are entering the final phases of our referendum projects. So I've also asked my colleague, Mr. Welton, just to provide a very brief update regarding some of that construction work that has taken place this summer.
Thank you. The referendum projects this summer include the Churchville Middle School auditorium addition and interior renovations. This project is progressing on schedule. We also have interior renovations at Hawthorne Elementary School, and this project is also progressing right on schedule. As you know, we have started the renovations at Madison Early Childhood Center. That's a 14-month project to be completed prior to next August 25. It has been mostly demolition so far, and this project is progressing right on schedule. And lastly, for the referendum projects, the roof replacement of the York Kitchen receiving area is also progressing on schedule. We also have lots of summer capital maintenance projects, including York flooring in the cafeteria and some hallways, renovating the technology department offices, renovations in the music rooms at York, renovated the York athletic offices, renovated York special education classrooms, new flooring in the Bryan cafeteria, The Jefferson Gym, we're doing painting, lighting, flooring, and new roofs at Jefferson and Jackson schools. All of these projects are also on schedule. At the August board meeting, Todd Schmidt will provide a presentation with pictures of all the renovated spaces.
Thank you so much, Ms. Lyons and Mr. Welton, for those updates. Are there any additional questions or comments regarding those updates?
Kira?
Thank you. Thanks for that. Great. Just a quick question, Chris, about the summer projects. I noticed the scoreboard is down at the high school. Could you give a timeline or what's the update on that for the new scoreboard?
Certainly. The district staff have been working diligently to receive the needed city approvals to install the new scoreboard. We were prepared to meet and present with the Zoning and Planning Commission in May. However, due to some tight scheduling for their meeting, our presentation was postponed to June 18th, the same night as our Board of Education meeting. Staff attended and presented to the City Zoning and Planning Commission meeting that night at 9 p.m. Following the presentation, the committee requested further information and the hearing was extended to their next meeting in July. Following the June 18th presentation, staff built and installed a mock-up of the new proposed scoreboard and then proceeded to present a thorough presentation, including providing detailed responses and renderings to follow-up questions to the Zoning and Planning Commission on July 16th. Following our detailed presentation, we were informed that there were, again, some additional questions that some of the Zoning and Planning Commissioners were requesting from the school district staff. And actually that's from the Elmhurst Police Department, city staff, and their legal counsel. And we were again extended to their August 20th meeting. Following final approval from the Zoning and Planning Commission, the next step would be then to proceed to the Department of Planning and Zoning Committee for approval. And if approval from there, we would move to the City Council for their final approval. We are extremely hopeful that all required approvals are granted and we are able to move forward with installing the new scoreboard. We understand that the possible timeline for installation, given all approvals are granted, would not be until after the start of the season. Because of this, staff have taken steps to reinstall our old scoreboard to ensure that we were able to start the season with a working scoreboard. Our contractor is on standby to hopefully install the new scoreboard as quickly as possible should we receive final approval.
Okay, thanks for the update. And then just one other quick question. Is our scoreboard that is being proposed any different than the private, or pretty similar to the private school scoreboards that are in town?
I would think it would be very similar to the, it's a video scoreboard, and I believe that there was a video scoreboard installed at Elmhurst High School.
Okay, thanks. Thank you.
Mr. Collins, did you have something?
Chris, what's your back of the envelope guess as to what it's going to cost the taxpayer to reinstall the old scoreboard?
I asked that same question today, and I didn't get it. We don't have the estimate on that quite yet, Jim, but we can get that for you.
Thank you so much for the reports. It seems like yesterday that the referendum was approved, so the fact that we're like nearing the end and wrapping up the final projects, it's like, it's surreal to me, but our facilities have never looked and operated better, so it's just great news. I can't wait to see all the pictures. Anything else?
That's all for our D205 highlight. So now I would like to kick it over for our communication highlight.
You may or may not have heard, but there was a certain York baseball player that was drafted into major leagues of some sort. I'm not going to pretend to use terminology that I don't understand. In anticipation of that draft, the addition of the Hall Pass was with Mr. Ryan Sloan. So this video tonight is that Hall Pass that Dr. Campbell did an interview with Ryan Sloan prior to the draft happening.
Well, hello. I have the privilege and want to introduce to our school community Mr. Ryan Sloan. So, Mr. Sloan, thank you so much for taking some time out of your really busy schedule to talk with me. Listen, so I've heard that you are a really good pitcher and you pitch a really fast ball.
Yeah.
Tell me about that. Like, what does that mean?
Oh yeah, I mean, so I got a couple different pitches. Throw my fastball, get up to like 99, so MLB like 99 miles an hour. Right, it's crazy, right? Yeah. So, I mean, MLB, you'll see guys, around there too. You see guys getting above 100, but for high school level, you're not usually seeing that a lot. So.
Got it. So for a high school level, what would be around the average?
Like average, I'd probably say around 80s.
Got it.
Yeah, 80s,
Okay.
So.
Okay.
But, yeah.
Wow, that is pretty remarkable. So like, how long have you been playing the sport? When did that start?
So my dad played at Austin Peay, which is a D1 school in Tennessee, Knoxville.
Okay.
He's a catcher.
Okay.
So ever since, like if your parent plays a sport, of course they're gonna try to have you play that sport. And that's exactly what happened with us. So we used to have a huge backyard. I used to live out in Oswego. So ever since then, it was like we'd be throwing the ball in the backyard, or we'd be hitting in the backyard, and then it kind of just flourished into like, now I got a love for the sport. So it's been super great.
Wow. And so I'm sure in addition to during the season, of course, I'm sure you are fully engaged and involved with practices and training. And what about off-season times? Like,
Off-season gives, it's great that I have I have a strength coach who helps out a lot. So he gives me a lot of things, whether it's like working out, whether it's like mobility, whether it's cardio, he gives me all that type of stuff. But then I also have a pitching coach. So he'll give me my throwing routine, he'll give me my warm-ups before I throw, so that's more the pitching side specifics, and I just, it's nice that they're very connected, so we can kind of intertwine the two things together, and it just ebbs and flows great, so I think that's really good as well.
That makes sense. So speaking of like the routines, do you have any kind of routines or specific things that you do like before the game or when you are getting ready to get on the mound? Like, what's the secret?
I always got to eat something before, because I'm the type of person that gets hangry.
Okay.
So like, I need some food in my body before I go out and do something.
I do too.
I'm just gonna be losing a bunch of calories out there, so I'll probably put down like a PB&J. I go home before I go and pitch, so I'll make myself a peanut butter and jelly. And my friends will make fun of me. I bring like just a plastic bag out here and just full of food. Like then after I'm done pitching, I have more food to eat. So it's like then I can go do stuff after and not be angry, So, but I just got like unlimited snacks in my bag, and then I got a nice routine before I go out and pitch that I do before every game, and that just helps me get ready and helps me get in the mindset to go pitch.
Got it. Well, I can get hangry too. The difference though is I'm not burning off the calories
Right.
like you are. So I'm gonna work on that. And so in thinking about like it seems like it's obviously a really rigorous continuation of training and preparation. Right. Like how do you balance the responsibilities of being such a competitive athlete as well as within the academics and being a student?
Yeah, I mean, I think a huge help is that I have a good routine set in place, you know, where I'm kind of doing the same thing every day. You know, it's wake up, go to school, go to the game or whatever, go work out. And that's like, at the end of the day, I have an hour, hour and a half to do whatever I kind of need. If I need to do some homework, I can go do that. If I want to go play some video games, I can go do that. You know, if I need to get some extra sleep, some mobility, you know, it just kind of leaves me with a lot of different paths I can go depending on what I need for that day. And then it's kind of just do that and repeat. So I think that helps out a lot.
Got it. Got it. And so tell me, what has this being a part of the program here, the baseball program here at York meant to you? And what do you foresee wanting to leave as a part of like your legacy?
Of course, yeah. I mean, you know, we've made 2 really good state runs. You know, last year we went to state, and then the year before that we came up 1 game short.
Yeah.
So I definitely think, you know, just leaving a legacy that like York is like a team not to be messed with almost. Like we kind of, you know, like when they come to York, they know it's going to be a tough game. You know, they're going to have to play their best baseball. So
Yeah.
I think that's a huge thing. And then just, you know, great coaches, you know, Mr. Kalal, you know, great guy, you know. But, you know, it's just been a great experience with everything, you know, the morning practices, going out to breakfast after, you know, just building those bonds that you're going to have for a very long time. So it's been great.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, once again, thank you so much for taking this time to share with me and our entire community. We are really proud of you and proud of our athletic program and all of our student athletes. You represent Elmhurst Community School District 205 well.
Thank you.
Go
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
That was great. Thank you for that. Super, super proud of him. Okay, any board communications? No? Okay. Then our upcoming meetings, our next meeting will be a regular Board of Education meeting on August 20th, 2024 at 7 o'clock here at District 205 Center. And then on September 4th, 2024, we'll have our Policy Committee meeting at 5:30 p.m. Right here as well. And that brings our meeting to a close. It is 7:42. I had to look twice at that. And the meeting is adjourned.